So if you guys don't know, I made a video on this guy previously, and he was just announced that he's going to be fighting Anderson the Spider Silva in Australia on the same card as Kelvin Gastelum versus Robert Whittaker. And it was big news for me. I called it on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you don't have to. But I made a post on Instagram where I said that once he won the title, he was going to fight Anderson. But clearly, it's going to happen before I thought. But it's still going to happen nonetheless. It's Israel Adesanya versus Anderson Silva. Now, I have my thoughts on this fight, but let's just go over what it means for Israel Adesanya. He's fighting the GOAT. He's fighting his idol. He even said on Twitter that this means more than a world title fight, which is true. Anderson Silva is one of the GOATs of MMA. He was dominant. And just as Israel Adesanya promotes himself as being on another level than these guys, Anderson Silva in his prime was on another level than his opponents. He was out on his feet. He just outclassed everybody. Wrestling, he never really got into situations like that, but even in that Chael Sonnen fight where he was getting beaten up by a wrestler, he pulled out the miraculous finish triangle choke. That was beautiful. That's what makes Anderson Silva Anderson Silva, is how good he was back in his prime. He started to slow, he started to fatigue. Even though he landed a pretty brutal flying knee on Michael Bisping, he still lost that fight. He beat Diaz close. I think he beat Brunson. But we saw what Israel Adesanya does. And just getting to the point of who I think is going to win, because I'm going to make this prediction now because I'm going to be so confident going to that fight. As I'm so confident on Israel Adesanya, I think it's a starch in the first round. And there's nothing that tells me it won't be. Somebody who lost to Michael Bisping. I know Michael Bisping, he beat Luke Rockhold. Luke Rockhold got caught on the chin. I know. If you guys want to comment in the comments, just... He beat Michael, but he beat Luke Rockhold. He beat Dan Henderson, stuff like that. But Michael Bisping was nowhere near his prime when he fought Anderson Silva. He beat Anderson Silva, and he's nowhere near the striker that Israel Adesanya is. Nowhere near, and he stood with him. So I think Israel Adesanya lands the big shot around 1 minute 35, and the fight ends. And Adesanya picks up a win against a legend of the sport on the same card that the title he is going for is going to be defended. So we're easily, if he wins, we're going to see a call out of the main event, and then maybe the main event calls back down to him. And I think that if the main event happens and somebody makes a call out in the main event, that is going to decide who fights for the middleweight title going into the future. If that champion calls somebody out, that's going to clear the fray for all these challengers. We have Souza, we have Israel Adesanya, all pushing for the middleweight title fight. Yoel Romero's still in the picture there. He still knows he wants to fight at middleweight or light heavyweight. We don't know, but I think that he still wants a fight at middleweight. He wants a title, so he's thrown into the picture too. And whoever the winner of that fight calls out is probably going to be the fight to make. And if Israel Adesanya does a good enough call out on the same card right before, while it's fresh in the fans' mind watching the other two fighters fight, then we might see Adesanya step in there. I think it was a smart move for Adesanya, as he's going to fight a legend of the sport. He's going to be Anderson Silva is going to be promoted as a legend of the sport. Israel Adesanya is going to promote Anderson Silva as a legend of the sport. The respect that Adesanya has for Silva is crazy. So the promotion that Silva's going to get, and then to be finished in the first round, I think Adesanya is going to pick him up, shake his hand, all that good stuff, show some respect in MMA, and then he's going to move straight into a title fight if Robert Whittaker wins. And it's going to be exactly as he said, and he's going to be a champion in 2019. And even if he does not get the title shot immediately following his Anderson Silva fight, I think the next fight for him is going to be the #1 contender fight. It has to be. He's made a claim for the shot. If he wins another fight, he's gaining traction for the shot. And if he wins one more fight after that, it's #1 contender. He's the next in line. I think Souza deserves a shot within that period of time. And if Adesanya gets the shot, then Souza should just step in and fight, because I know Souza deserves it as much as anyone. So that does it for the Anderson Silva Israel Adesanya. Big news in MMA. I'd take Adesanya, but you can let me know who you would take in the comment section below. But that's going to do it for JFT today. If you liked, please smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. We do it every week. If you're watching today, have a great day. If you're watching at night, have a great night. And that'll do it for me. Peace, guys.